The Prime Minister is under pressure to clear up whether he breached the Ministerial Code of Conduct over Qantas flight upgrades. Live now to Trudy McIntosh. Trudy, Peter Dutton is saying there's still one question in particular that he wants answers to.
Yeah, Peter Dutton believes, Ash, that the central question here is whether or not Anthony Albanese directly called Qantas CEO Alan Joyce and asked for upgrades in a personal capacity. The claim was a part of this book that was released at the weekend by Joe Aston, a journalist, and as the PM pointed out yesterday, a former Liberal staffer which he declared. But in Mr Aston's book, that is the allegation, that while Anthony Albanese was Transport Minister, that he spoke directly with Mr Joyce, and that's how he got some of these upgrades. The PM's made it clear that everything has been declared, but that comes down to that question of the relationship between a Transport Minister and the national carrier. This was Peter Dutton this afternoon.
When he was Transport Minister of our country, did he pick the phone up to the CEO of Qantas and ask for a free upgrade? That's the question that he refuses to answer. Now, he can tie himself in all sorts of knots, but the reality is that he needs to answer that fundamental question.
Peter Dutton going further on what he said yesterday, where he claimed that there had been, at its face, a breach of the Ministerial Code of Conduct by Mr Albanese when he was Transport Minister in the Gillard days, which at the time the code explicitly banned accepting or encouraging these gifts in a personal capacity. If you look at the wording of the current Ministerial Code of Conduct, one when Anthony Albanese became Prime Minister, you can see it here, ministers in their official capacity may accept customary official gifts but must not seek or encourage any form of gift in their personal capacity. It goes on as well to talk about ministers must not seek or accept any benefit either for themselves or for others in connection with performing or not performing any element of their official duties as a minister. National Senator Matt Canavan this afternoon on Sky News, making it clear he believes there has been a breach.
I didn't realise it was this red phone you could call in Alan Joyce's office and get yourself a freebie. But the Prime Minister was doing it. It was completely inappropriate. It's probably almost certainly against the Ministerial Code of Conduct while he was Minister for Transport. I think there should be consequences.
After answering questions on this yesterday, Anthony Albanese flying under the radar today, leaving it to his ministers to front the cameras.
If Anthony Albanese sought or accepted upgrades for private travel, he'd be in breach of his own Ministerial Code of Conduct, and also if he was Transport Minister in breach of the Rudd-Gillard Ministerial Code of Conduct. Isn't that unethical conduct?
I don't believe so, I think the Prime Minister has gone out of his way multiple occasions this week to answer questions about this issue.
If people have got allegations to make about this, we would invite them to make those allegations, but he is otherwise accounted for himself properly.
The Prime Minister has complied with all of the rules that have been in place for many, many years.
The opposition is also trying to tie this back to the political issue from last year about Qatar Airways and the decision by the government to block Qantas's main rival there in getting further access into the Australian market. The opposition, Peter Dutton, today saying that too is an area they want to see further scrutiny as to what role Anthony Albanese played in blocking Qatar.
Trudy McIntosh live in Canberra. Thanks for the update.